Welcome to Black Love Matters, where the service therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
or finding our inner Brock and Michelle,
or Jay-Z, Beyonce, or this one we're gonna go with John P. Key and Felicia J. Sampson. I'm laughing, y'all, because Nerum picked this out. So I hope you did your due diligence, Nerum.
I didn't.
So American pastor and gospel singer who formed the New Life Community Church in Charlotte, North Carolina. On December of 1995, Pastor Key married the beautiful Felice J. Sampsons. Together, they have 9 wonderful children: Christopher, Justin, Shannon, Aisha, John III, Trendell, Sakia, Jania, and Kamari. Nerum, did you find out that somebody help you with that?
Shout out to woke ass Sam.
Well, first of all, I don't know how I slept on John P. Key. John P. Key is a legendary with a capital L gospel black singer that got hits on tops of hits. I can't even name my favorite John P. Key song. Like, I think of John P. Key whenever I just got to go to the altar.
Yeah.
I just, it's just me and the Lord and John P. Key. What's your favorite John P. Key song? Do you know any John P. Key?
Nope.
I was going to tell you just to Google John P. Key and see what the first song who came up.
Well, while I'm doing that, shout out to Sam, because I was literally like about to redo the intro.
Yeah.
And then she was like, hey, cuz, I'm thinking about y'all. Here's some couples. And I'm like, you don't understand.
Look, won't he do it?
You don't understand.
When you say, Lord, provide me with the black love, the Lord send it where? Where do he send it to?
She sent it right to my text messages.
Hey, man. What's the top John P. Key song that come up?
Stand Up, Show Up.
Oh, Stand. That is a good one. Yeah, y'all, it's so many John P. Key songs. You literally can just hit anything and it'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's like up there with the Clark sisters and wine. It's like black gospel royalty. They can't go wrong. Mm-hmm. Anyway, who is you?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 228, y'all.
Wednesday, hump day.
Hump day. Be sure to leave a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. Mm-hmm. And follow us on all forms of social media. Black Love Matters. It's Black Men Okay. What's going on with you?
What's going on with me, y'all? Well, it's the middle of the week. It went decent with my manager. It didn't work out for my direct reports, but we have another opportunity coming with him. But through my talks with my therapist, I had to work through some other stuff, right? This idea of conflict. And in my childhood, was I able to have conflict and not see it as a negative thing? Mm-hmm. I had to even check myself on that, y'all, because I used to think when white people are like, oh, this conflict is an area for us to bond to get closer. I'm like, what the white witchcraft is this? Mm-hmm. Like, when I thought of conflict, I never thought of that. Not that you can't grow and have disagreements with people you love and get back together, but I never went into the conflict with the idea of like, oh, yeah, this is going to bring us closer, right? I always went in with to say, what the fuck we need to get done, right? It needs an end goal.
No, Naomi see it as you the enemy.
I do not.
And there ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
So it was just good to go through that stuff professionally, right? Again, nothing crazy, y'all. I love my job. It was easy breezy. But it was just more of like, even my therapist had to check me. She was like, why are you hypersensitive that if it's like something, disagreeable or, that you're in conflict with, that immediately the person is like scheming or whatever. And I get what she's saying, right? Mm-hmm. Why is it always from that mind frame? And I had to tell her, I said, I got to be careful with colonizers. But yeah, I say I can apply that to my personal life. I wonder what my therapist think about me.
What did she say after that?
What she gonna say?
Did she say okay?
Well, I don't want to steal your thunder. Nerum got. I hope you talk about this opportunity to participate in something, and I really didn't know what it was called. And I kept getting there. She was like, "What is it?" I was like, "It's when white people run through fire." And she was like, and she just started laughing. And she was like, I said, white people like to play in fires with tires and shit. Like, that's what they be doing. That's what Nerum gonna do.
Uh-huh.
So that's the same way I said it. She was completely valid in that and checking me on that. On my journey, I'm just not in the place where I don't know if I can give colonizers that much leeway in my professional life. Now, in my personal life, absolutely, I can be more vulnerable when it comes to stuff like that. So I appreciate her highlighting that for me. I'm just not on the journey yet professionally. Maybe in 5 years. Not even in a year, honey. Y'all know what I'm talking about, cubicle warriors. You can't be trusting them all the time. Other thing, what? Speaking of colonizers, what hit me hard?
What?
This Luke Perry. I don't know why that hurt me a little bit when I seen Luke Perry pass. I said, Lord.
Did you even watch 9102?
That was right at the end. Like, I remember it. Like, I I actively remember seeing it. But was I like a diehard fan? No, that was like my mom and my aunts who were like all up in it. It was like they soaps, right? But I remember as a kid watching it, right? And I was too old to enjoy the reboot of it, right? I told you we're the millennials in the weird age, right? So I remember seeing Melrose Place at 90210, but I probably was a little bit too young to watch it. So I kind of knew what was going on. And then when they did the reboot, what was that? A few years ago, I was too old to be like, I'm not interested in watching these white kids. Like they could never do it like Heather Locklear, right? The bitch could never. Who's trying to play her right now? Like, so but Luke Perry, that when you see that white man face, you ain't be like, Lord. The folks at my job was losing their shit. They was like, Luke Perry's my age. I said, now I'm with my grandfather. The Death Angel I wanted to say that in the meeting. The Death Angel has no age. Or no race. The Death Angel is the only colorblind person I know. They will come through and take all of this. But it's something because he had a stroke. A stroke at 52. A deadly stroke.
Yeah.
But I know it wasn't just me. I know folks touched by white hands. Because Luke Perry was one of the few white boys who weren't problematic from that era. Right? He stayed in his own lane. Luke Perry didn't get to you near.
No.
It got to me. It triggered me a little bit. Second off, I'm just having a white people colonizer moment, aren't I? Game of Thrones, Queen of Dragons. If you ain't put John P. Key, I was going to put the Queen of Dragons and Jon Snow.
Oh.
As the end. Because as they going to get together, as they getting together, they not brothers and sisters, is they?
No, they like distant uncle and niece. Or auntie and niece, I think.
Was I getting the wrong energy that they were liking each other then?
Yeah.
So they do like each other.
But they don't know they related.
Oh, they don't know. We know.
Yeah.
Got you. Well, anyway, the Game of Thrones, that season, that trailer came out for the last season. I'm kind of lit. I'm a Game of Thrones fan. I fell off maybe last year, 2 years ago, and then I just caught all up on what I fell off last year. Like, it was a phase where I didn't know what Game of Thrones was talking about, right? Like, it was just doing too much. It was too much raping, pillaging, and savaging that I was like, I don't know. Like, I put Game of Thrones right with Walking Dead. Like, it was just too much eating dead ass, and it just didn't have no point. But I got back onto it, and when I seen that frozen dragon moon walk across the Antarctic, I said, oh, it's going to be some good shit.
You said frozen dragon?
Whatever he was, what was he?
A frozen dragon.
Y'all know he was a frozen dragon. He moonwalked across that shit and lit all that shit on fire. Or frozen. I don't know which one he did.
It was so cold it was hot.
And then the devil himself that came up, the ice god that came up, and the Queen of Dragons is confused. And I'm here for Jon Snow, and I'm here for Arya. I tell you, Arya used to be my spirit animal when she was like, at night, I write down the names of my enemies every day as a reminder who I'm going to kill. I said, that's tough for an 11-year-old. It made me want to name my child Arya. I said, I do like the name Arya. She's resilient. Arya went through some shit though, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Ouch. Arya was going. No one was checking for her either.
No.
They just like she dead. And then she showed up.
Right.
What, heads on stakes and mask and shit.
Right. Changing into people's faces and shit.
And she said, I'm here. I forgot what was her other classic line. But you know who I don't like in Game of Thrones? What's the sister?
Sansa.
Oh my God. Sansa is the epitome of white fragility in the, what is it called? What time are they supposed to be in? Medieval?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a made up timeline. Well, she's the modern day, like, white woman, just fragile. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, sis, you see we doing all this fighting. Take that dress off. She's still getting her Sunday best on.
Why not?
Meanwhile, the dragon's moonwalking. Sis, if you don't put on some armor, we all put on the whole armor of the Lord. We fighting. But you know who I respect but still can't stand?
Who?
Sansa. It's Cersei.
Cersei,
who had her big chop, don't mess touch my hair moment. When she chopped off all her fucking hair and came for them. Cersei is crazy as hell. But you got to respect the crazy.
Yeah.
I respect the crazy. But I'm here for the Game of Thrones. Y'all excited about the Game of Thrones?
I am.
You did. What? Anything stand out to you? Anything you like about the game? Arya, my girl. Arya might be the name of my first child.
Boy or girl?
Arya. You see how gangster she was? Boy or girl, be happy. She said, I write down the names of my enemies every night so I know who to murder in the morning. She was 10. She was going to avenge her whole family.
Exactly. Wouldn't you?
I mean, not at 10.
Shit. She learned how to be the master of the faceless and shit.
Yeah, how she became the masters. Oh, she's a bad bitch.
And just be taking motherfucking faces.
I couldn't even see her in real life. I just give her like, what you call it? Just a dap. You did that. I hope she's the last one standing. Mm-hmm. Do we want the Queen of the Dragons and Jon Snow to get together?
Why not?
Okay. Yeah, I could go for a happy ending.
Cersei and her brother had sex, so what's the difference between...
Yeah, that first season of Game of Thrones was real dark. It was a lot of rape. It was a lot of... who was the man who played... I said Fishman. Aquaman. Mm-hmm. That was him, right?
Yeah.
He's the Targaryen. He was, for y'all don't know, do you know the Aquaman? He was the Queen of the Dragons. I don't even know how you would describe that, honey. That wasn't no relationship. Never mind. Watch it yourself. Next, R. Kelly. If you're listening to this, I'm sure everything has already come out and processed. It looked like Gail did an interview with him, and it looks like R. Kelly showed his black ass. I'm not sure what the lawyers or the publicists were thinking. Mm-hmm. Again, everyone's on their walk. I'm trying not to judge. But when he asked which camera was on, I lost a little faith in what he was saying.
Oh.
You remember what you said? Which camera is this on? That's stupid. Yeah, we know.
Is this camera on me? This the camera? Oh, that one
Why
right there.
would I do that? Because it's stupid. That's what we trying to figure out. Mm-hmm. Why y'all putting my past against me? Well, it's called a trend. So I think I seen somebody on Instagram that was like, this the interview Oprah should have been doing instead of playing with that Never Neverland shit. I still haven't watched it. So maybe this weekend. Ooh, it was hard to watch. And not because of what was going, it was just so monotone. And the backstory was so long about like just how stupid the parents were. And it was just too much to absorb. I'm going to get to it though. So the verdict's still out on Mikey. But R. Kelly, Kels, you might need to just hire really good lawyers and just sit quietly and say nothing. Right? Like, I don't know who thought it was a good idea for him to go on any interview, because if I was a lawyer, his publicist, after he did that interview with Touré and he said define young or like underage or teenager,
you can't speak for nothing else.
You're all set. Like, you've done enough. There's no need for you to say anything else. So we'll see. I'm sure more than came out and Gail done did this interview, and we'll see. Also, last thing, I just been tired. I don't know what's going on with me. I just ain't been feeling the best. Like, I've been like a little queasy. I don't know. I just ain't been feeling myself, and I'm trying to figure out why. I don't know where it stems from. And it comes out, it like waves. It just comes out of nowhere. At first, I'm like, I don't know. Is it because Mabel licked my chin or something? Am I sick? I don't know. I just not feeling myself. Nearums?
Well, I'm not feeling myself either.
Mabel gave us.
I don't know.
Well, I saw this house down.
You know, I got a little headache and stuff that's been like following me for the past couple of days. Yeah. But also like just trying to get back to normal myself, like from Detroit. And, you know, it's not even been like a full week. So just trying to, you know, work through that and get through that and find some normalcy in my life, right? Especially because I got some big races coming up and some other opportunities. You know, it's coming up. So one of them is what you was looking for, baby. It's called a Tough Mudder.
Oh, what a Tough Mudder. Yeah, my therapist was like, what is it? I was like, I don't know. When he run through fire. And I was like, it's a motherfucker. I don't.
Tough Mudder.
She was like, what?
Tough Mudder, baby. I
was like, don't you run through fire? Or I'm thinking about the wrong race.
They run through fire.
Told you. I can like picture like the white boy or like the white woman in my head, and like they got dirt on them, and they like run through the fire, or they're like crying at the end. Yeah, I see the picture. They did a great job in like putting brand behind it. Because for someone who's not into it, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
because all you remember is that fire.
Yeah,
I think they got fire in the logo. Let's pull it up.
That's how I know it's not for me. Like, even at my healthiest, they go like, "9 ounces run through that fire." I'm like, I am not no circus hat. I ain't running through no ring of fire. It's just, and I get it, right, for athletes is pushing it, but there's certain things that's just not my ministry, and I respect that. The older I get, I just respect what my ministry is not. And
running through fire ain't one of yours.
It's not in my ministry.
So you know, I got an opportunity to run through a Tough Mudder and be trained by.
I told you.
Yeah, you can look at the fire.
That's all I keep thinking of the fire. I said that's not for me. So, you know, I'm a fire sign. It's just too much.
So when I initially told Nyambi, she's like, I thought that was a Ragnar. No, you said, I thought that was the one with the Vans.
Yeah, because it's another race that, I only know these things because of Niram. It's another race that I think Niram will eventually going to do. I'm hoping I'm on vacation at this time, where they just run all day. Like 24 hours. Like they don't, like you're in a team and you literally run for 24 hours. And I remember the white people be in a van, they be cussing and fussing and mad. And then there's always one person who's supposed to run their 8 miles, but they only can get 3 blocks. And then they got to figure out how they're going to divide it up. And the team be mad. That's in my head. That's the branding for that. And there's always one person running that in the night and they can't see.
It's called a Ragnar, baby.
A Ragnar, yeah.
That's what that was called.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Tough Mudder, I got an opportunity to do that, so I'm excited about
What
that.
is the components of a tough motherfucker? Is that really what it's supposed to be called? And they're just trying to make sure the kids can come?
I don't know if that's the...
Yeah, it's a tough motherfucker.
I think it's called Mudder because it's in the dirt and shit, baby.
Nah.
No.
Do you know the components, or are you still early in the training?
Motherfuckers be jumping over shit. It's a wall.
Oh, this ain't sanctioned shit? Oh, I really can't do this. So they can make it up as they go? No.
There's some electrical wires and shit.
What?
Yeah, niggas be getting shocked.
Shot?
Yeah.
Shot?
Shock.
I say you black. You don't need
No.
Okay. Well, keep us updated. I don't know if I won't be in attendance for that.
Well, so I'm training for that as well. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I send Near love and affection.
Yes, because I'm...
Can people come see that?
Yes.
Or maybe when you do it, maybe you can tell people where it's going to be at.
You can help
They can
me.
see if, well, I can see if they find you. It ain't that many niggas. They'll be able to. He's like, there go Near. That'd be the great way to see him, honey.
Right. And they got ice water and shit.
Oh, God, no. You say you sick now from a plane ride. You might as well go ahead and schedule a doctor's appointment because you're going to have the walking pneumonia when you're done.
Walking pneumonia.
So you get electrocuted and you go through the water. And it's cold.
And then you hop through the fire afterwards.
Okay. What's the difference between that? We can move on. From the Spartan race. White people love these type. They like to have these physical challenges because they don't have normal challenges in their life. Like they don't have to deal with things we have to deal with.
That's the dude in the ice bath.
Get the fuck out of here. And then you want me to, I'm not doing this. I'm proud of you, Nero. This is good.
Oh.
Do you run anything?
Yeah.
Or was it just the opposite?
It's like 10 to 12 miles long.
Oh,
so in addition
shit.
to running 12 miles, you got these obstacles and shit. Like this big ass
wall. This is like
wall
global guts for adults.
Yes.
I'm not interested.
And that wall is one. Look at that.
Bro, you got to climb the wall?
Yeah, niggas be climbing the wall.
How you get up there? Is there a rope?
You just run.
That's like the American Ninja Warrior.
Niggas be helping you. Oh, look, there's a person with a wheelchair.
Well, you better do it. If you don't, you sorry. Come on there. What else going on?
I just want to give my thoughts and prayers to the people who was affected by the tornadoes that was in Alabama and Georgia.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know this. Did they not have this in California? I didn't even know that.
Well, baby, when the last time you really watched the news?
I mean, it's been a minute. Detroit, I was watching the news every day.
I know. It'd be on every day.
I feel like I was much more informed.
So, yeah, it was a couple of tornadoes that happened. I think like 23 people died.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, so it was like unexpected and heavy then.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So it was like a big tornado. And from what I heard, like some of the places didn't have like tornado sirens and stuff so people can even get out.
They didn't know. Like, where do you go? Like, if you don't have enough notice.
Yeah.
Because you got to because it depends how big it is, how far out you need to go, and how quickly can you outrun it.
So I just seen that in passing in the news, and it just looked devastating.
What part of? Do you know that it's part? It don't matter. Thoughts to them. We need to see if any family or friends were affected.
From what I see, it was like Tuscaloosa area, and I can't remember.
I swear I ain't heard now one thing about that. I heard a peep about that, even on social media.
And truthfully, the only reason I know is because I talked to my homeboy today.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's horrible.
Because he was like, "Yeah, man, I don't know if you heard about it," and I was like, "What?" And I want to go look it up. Yeah, so 23 people died.
Okay. Well, yeah, thoughts to them.
Yeah, and it was like in like Tuscaloosa area.
You got to get that insurance with your house or renter's insurance, and when they tell you get the fuck out, y'all get the fuck out. If you want to take a piece of little Bible and photo album and your passport, get out. Get out. Leave all Annie's pots and leave all that shit there and get the fuck on.
See, this is the time I'm gonna tell y'all not niggas. Y'all need to go ahead and get all those family photos digitized.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it.
And put
honestly,
that shit
you need to get your
Dropbox.
birth certificate, all that. So if you any moment you can just get the fuck on, right? Because you can always claim that stuff stolen or lost or destroyed.
Right.
Yeah, all that stuff should be digitized. Jesus. Yeah, praying for y'all.
So that's all I got going on. You want to hop into some pillow talk real quick?
Yeah, Near, why you? I need you to do it with some angst. Is you excited?
Yeah.
Come on,
I just got that headache. That
head
headache.
cold.
Yeah,
Y'all got any natural remedies? Remedies, I'm sorry. Maybe we can get some essential oils and put some peppermint on top of your head. I think that's a good
peppermint.
Essential oils.
Oh.
You put a little peppermint on the temples and the back of your head. It's supposed to help with migraines and headaches.
Oh, didn't know about that.
I'm trying to give you natural remedies.
I'm excited. Tell me more about it.
I will. First, pillow talk, y'all. What is this foolishness that I hear that Future talk about? He ain't want no fatties at the club.
What?
In the age of social media, why would that even leave someone's mouth? So it looks like it's some club in Miami. Actually, it's a thicker girl, right? Plus size girl, fat girl, whatever you want to call it, right? She's gorgeous though. Model. I want to put a pin in that. She's a model, right? We're not talking about Nyambi, right? Who going up the fit? Like, this girl is gorgeous, prettier than most. And I guess her and her friend was going to the club, and the promoter was like, "Yeah," because I'm assuming they're regulars, right? And beautiful, checking all the boxes, right, to get in the club. And they were like, "Oh, we'll let you in, but for tonight's guest, he requested no fatties."
What?
And this went on, and the girl done, and this person got receipts. She done went on Instagram and got the club promoter and be like, "What you tell me?" And the club promoter was like, "Future, every time he comes to the club, he requests no fatties up in the club, because Miami clubs only about a square foot long, right? They're very tight." And then it went to this other point where, because like I said, the plus size young lady, she's a model. She had her publicist reach out to Future, like to confirm or deny, because Future always put them sublims out, right? What was the other one he did before? Live Your Life, Love, or what? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he put something like, you see in there, it said, "Stop capping on my name," or some shit like that.
Yeah, I love all women.
I love all women. And then she responded, like, because the people reached out and no response. And then she DM Future. The stupid nigga, why would you even respond? I wouldn't even have read receipts on it. And she like basically saying like, I'm not trying to cap. I'm not trying to do this. I just want to let you know that this is what the club promoter says. NCU club promoter saying this. And to clear this up, if you just say that's not how you feel, I'm happy to apologize and take your name out of it and put it on the club. But Future, then what he say? He said, he ain't the best writer. It says, "You lie on my name. You shouldn't have said that story, told you that shit." What? You said my name.
Why are you saying it like that?
I already said it. You lied on me, because that's how it's written. And then young lady has full paragraphs. What? And then he said, "You condone accusing the wrong person and lying. That's evil. Spread the truth next time when you falsely accuse someone. Your call." Nigga, you still have not confirmed that you don't want no fatties.
He said stop capping on his name. He said
he easily could be like, "I did not say that. I like all." He could have copied and pasted his Twitter response to be like, he literally could have been like, "Stop capping on my name. I love all women. Live your life, love." Now, what did he say to the other girl? Blessings.
Blessings, love.
I don't know. So what you think about that? Like the Future, first of all, it don't surprise me. He's not the most. When a Future and women, when I use those two words in a sentence, they usually don't have positive outcomes. Like, it's not his record and track women with chivalry and respect. I just don't. That's not. Future stays in his lane of mumble rap.
Fucking becomes.
That's all I need him to do. So I do believe he said he ain't want no fatties. I am on Sis's side. I do not think this was a miscommunication. He might not have said fatties, but I'm sure he said something along the line like, "I only want slim thick," or like he said something that insinuated, "I don't want no big girls in there." I do believe that. What you think about that, Nero?
That is crazy.
Like, you don't go to the club like, "I don't want no thick ass niggas in here." Like, you don't hear, like, it don't, like Nicki Minaj don't host a party and be like, "Don't bring no thick ass niggas through here." She don't like.
Look,
it's not the same. Like,
it is crazy. And her ass, like,
and she's got receipts.
She is. Can you please tell me that they're lying and they're fat phobic?
She's literally copy and pasted what he could say to her
on your behalf, lying to us and said, "Per your request, no fatties were allowed."
Yeah.
Also, my publicist tried contacting your publicist with no response.
No response.
Oh.
You done lied on me.
You said my name.
You told Harpo not to. That's basically how he sounded in my head. So Future, or maybe the bigger question, it's like, is this a thing for like men? Like, is this how y'all talk? Y'all worse than I got a few friends in the LGBTQ community, and they be putting me on to be saying like the gay men be strict, especially like gay white men. Like they got down to like personality type, honey. They be like, I don't want none of this, none of that, or this, right? Speak the truth on men now. Speak. I'm putting you on behalf of all black men.
Yikes, my nigga.
What you say? Not near him. Don't got no response.
Future, you fucked up on this one.
Yeah.
In the world of Bopo, nigga, especially she.
What is who?
Bopo, body positivity.
Yeah, but oh shit, I didn't even know. Just me. He lied. Like I'm R. Kelly. That's crazy. Why would I do that?
In the world of Bopo, nigga, you done fucked up.
Yeah, he really done fucked up. He better be careful. I hope the body positivity bitches, I call them that because they be intense sometimes. I hope they do come after his ass. Look, because they intense.
If they can start a whole damn movement to get Target to start selling plus size women clothes in all the stores,
they would get Future removed from every soundtrack, playlist, radio.
Right. If they can get Target to do that, a whole ass corporation, all the Targets be having all types of plus size mannequins.
Yeah, the mannequins be thick.
The mannequins be thick.
Yeah.
The little ladies on the wall be thick as hell. You still go to the men's section, that's it, be still looking all sad and shit. Yeah. But if they can do that for a whole corporation. For Target. Nigga, just imagine what they're gonna do with your ass. Nadavius.
Eat them for dinner.
Right.
Literally. Keep trying us. Keep trying us, Future. Keep trying us. But this is horrible, right?
It is.
And I think for black men, usually, I guess it's something I often don't hear with black men. Especially, I remember being younger. Like, I never remember, because I was a thicker girl growing up, and I never remember feeling a certain type of way, right? Like, I'm trying to think back. Like, of course, I was not everyone's cup of tea, but somebody be like, "Oh, that's it," right? Like this is what it is, right? But now I feel like we're getting to this like more white boy. You know, I'm generalizing, but traditionally white men, with like smaller women, like a very particular size and shape. But usually, black men was more about proportions.
Yeah.
Than necessarily the size. Is that like, because I still stand that I do think black men worship this idea of hourglass, pear shapes.
They do. That's why waist trainers be selling.
Or skinny, right? But this one threw me for a little bit. This was an L for the culture. For me to be like, really?
Don't trust a girl with a big butt and smile.
Yeah, like really. And sis is stacked, right? Like when I tell you sis is body, like she's a plus size woman, but she's proportionate, right? Like she's stacked.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is ridiculous. But it's not the other way around. You never hear women talking about, forget that big man, that fat nigga, or that skinny nigga. Like, we don't do that. And y'all be walking through here looking like with chicken lids. And I think I was watching something on Nick Cannon. They was teasing them, talking about at the top, he's like Mike Tyson at the bottom. He like, I forgot what skinny person he said with them little chicken lids. Like, we don't be doing shit like that. But men feel as if they have the audacity to do this to us.
Yeah, they do.
He said, "Oh, so you are cosign."
No, I'm just saying they do. They do feel like they have the audacity to do that.
Do you have conversations?
Not me, but
yeah, I know you don't. Have you had conversations? Not, you don't have to tell on any current friends that we may know of, or like when you were younger, about like women's size. Like, do you guys talk about like the bigger girls and stuff? Like, what were those conversations like? And knowing y'all niggas look like booga woogas, but
I do not remember any of those conversations. If
you don't have to say people, I'm not going to be angry.
I'm just saying I don't, because I was the big nigga in the room, so did
you stand up for big girls?
So
or no?
I usually felt the way when they started talking about big girls, because I'm the big nigga in the room, and I'm like, hold the fuck up now.
Cousins.
Because look, if you talking about them behind their back, I can only imagine what the fuck you saying behind me. So we ain't gonna have that shit.
Got you.
So I didn't play that shit.
Yeah.
So I really can't think of any, because I was the big nigga in the room.
Do big boys, big men cape for big women?
I did.
Niram, I don't like how you plead the fifth. It's like your lawyer cultivated this conversation.
No, I'm for real. I did.
How did you do it?
Because, like I always said, I'm the big nigga in the room. So if you just saying this, and the only difference is that I got a penis and they don't, what's the fuck? Yeah. I can't be playing that shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you think big as hell. Say that shit to yourself.
Yeah, you said write it in your journal.
Right.
I think I was watching Viceland, and they got that new late night show. They're trying to replace Desus and Mero. It's not. It's all right. And one of the guys who, again, wasn't the most handsome in this, whatever it's called, handsome, most handsome. Let me use my touch by white hand skills. And he talked about like, yeah, I think she's beautiful. Like I would go on a date where I would be down to fuck whatever. He said, but yeah, I wouldn't invite you to the club because she's too big. Shut the fuck up. Is that a thing?
Baby,
like, are the clubs that small? Like, I know the Miami clubs are small, but really?
But still.
That's stupid. Stupid, right?
That is stupid.
Right, like, then that make me want to be elitist academically, right? Like, if you can't read at, like, never mind.
At least a 9th grade level.
Shit, that's low. 12. What? And we setting standards in this bitch.
Nigga, what's your GRE score?
Yeah, we set standards. And he said it so confidently. And he went the ugliest, he went the prettiest. But I just knew, never mind. Y'all let us know what y'all think about this. What's another good topic for us? Give me something more positive.
Well, I was going to talk about this because I feel like we've already been here before.
What's going on?
The America's oldest HBCU has 4 months to fix its finances before
this better not be Bennett. I gave my $25
before it loses accreditation.
Who I got to give Mo $25 to? I only can give $25.
I don't know. Cheney University.
Who?
Cheney.
I think that's Cheney.
Cheney University.
Why Cheney? Why you do like a black girl name from the 90s? Cheney. Cheney. Spell it.
Cheyny.
Cheney. I think that's Cheney.
Oh,
Cheney.
I said Cheney.
But I don't know Cheney. I don't think there's like an accent.
Why not?
What else is going on with there? What is going on there?
And so, its president, Aaron Walton, is implementing a new plan. He hopes to keep the longest running HBCU in America accredited. I didn't even know he was the longest running. Yeah.
That's the longest one.
Yeah.
I thought one of the Howards or the Spelmans or the Morehouse was one of them. The way they highlight them so much.
The school has to the end of the fiscal year, which is June 30th, to prove to the Middle States Commission on Higher Education that it can balance its budget and come up with a plan to get itself out of debt. I feel like we just did this shit with Bennett.
They should have got in with the GoFundMe.
So all it fails, it would lose its accreditation, which means that the students would no longer be able to receive financial aid.
Yeah, that's a lot. Everything. No type of grants, NIH, and nothing.
Yeah.
How much they got to raise?
$10 million.
Shut up. No, it's not.
No. So.
Oh, what? $10 million?
They said they still owed a lot of money to the state of Pennsylvania. So they owe $43 million to the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And then they said they took out another $10 million loan to help keep the school afloat.
Wow. They're not going to partner with Penn State? Penn State needs some good publicity.
So they've already got $2.3 million in cash available, but they still need to raise some money. So here we go again, y'all.
I got 25 on it. That's it.
We got to keep this one alive because it's the oldest HBCU.
I never heard of that.
Me either.
There's no HBCU consortium or
consortium, baby.
Consortium.
I just felt like, didn't the Cage just donate to some HBCUs?
And then everybody just donate. We need just one funding source and just it gets them all the money they need. Help them out, y'all. Got 25 on it. We'll keep you abreast of this story.
Damn it, man.
That's too much. Oh, Nerum, did we talk about we went to go see Medea's funeral?
Yeah.
And it was
a funeral.
Tyler, come to the front of the congregation. First of all, I'm a fan of Tyler Perry. I know a lot of niggas touch my white hands is not a fan of Tyler Perry because he be cooning and stuff. But, that's just his thing. But I do. Some of his stuff, especially some of his later stuff, really did tickle me. Mm-hmm. I really had high expectations for the funeral one. But it dropped the ball for me. Did it drop the ball for you, Nero?
Absolutely.
It was a lot of light-skinned, non-acting people in the movie. It was a lot of beige mediocrity.
It was.
Thriving. Just beige mediocrity all through the movie.
I would also say it was a lot of mediocrity from Tyler Perry itself.
What you mean?
Himself.
Honestly, who could have did... The last movie shouldn't have been a funeral. It should have been with him, his Bam, his people, right? So it should have been Medea, them two women and his brother. Like I would have just liked them to do a day in the life of what they just do as old black people.
I would just like them to do like a Medea's family vacation, like with Bam,
Medea,
and the brother, and Bam, and I can't even think of the other.
I can't think of the other lady name too, but I could have went for that because sometimes when you be pulling all these other storylines, and all these cousins and stuff, it just the thing is the storyline wasn't that strong and the acting wasn't that strong, so something usually got to give.
And the audio wasn't that strong either because it was low as hell. And
it was like areas where like, you edit on the tape where like in one scene it'll be your collar be flipped up and the other scene it'll be flipped down. I'm like, Tyler, I know you seen that. I know. Or if Tyler ain't edited, whoever, your intern, I know they seen that. So it's like that type of stuff.
Yeah. The other thing, I just really had high hopes for this movie.
Because it's just so much low-hanging fruit for black funerals. Like, it literally, I wouldn't, like, it was like some weird story cheat, and I guess that's Tyler Perry thing, too, and I don't know, like, that storyline, but I didn't even need that. We really could have just laughed and went through the process of planning a funeral. And that would have been good enough.
Period.
It's not that.
What I did like, though, is how he had, like, all the IG stars in there.
You know, Tyler always willing to put people on. And I think he just does it at a detriment sometimes. Mm-hmm. The Instagram people were funnier than the main people.
Yes.
Sister Charlene was there. Hilarious. Who was it? Not Carlton Banks was in the choir. Sister Squint. Mm-hmm. What is it? Joanne the Scammer made an appearance. Yeah. Was there anybody else?
There might have been one more person. I can't remember.
But I did appreciate that part. That was a nice nod. Like, I would have loved to give them more space to thrive.
Right.
To do that, right? And like Medea was funny, right? Like I think it was those roles were funny. Only thing that made me scream, there was a couple cringeworthy parts too. They had like another brother who like lost his legs, who was like super creepy.
Oh yeah.
Like it was too soon. Like it's too much going on in the community, Tyler. We don't need dirty old black men. We don't. Not looking for like even the brother. Sometimes I'm like, too dirty. Right? I don't know. Or even like, I don't want to give too much away. Even how like the person who died, how he died. I was just like, oh, sheesh. Sheesh. Is that where we need to go with that? But go see it. You know, I believe in supporting black films, but like it made me crave some of his early stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't appreciate Tyler when he was at his prime with the Medea stuff. Of course, he's not done in his career, right?
Right.
But like when he's prime Medea, like when he was in like when we really was probably hating on him more than we should have, we didn't appreciate that because that's when he had the Angela Bassett's, the Loretta Devines, the Cicely Tysons, Taraji Henson's. Right when people were the story might not have been that strong, but people were acting so good that it played into it. I think about the Diary of a Mad Black Woman. We still quote that. What was we watching that we said he gonna Diary of a Mad Black Woman? Huh?
Oh yeah.
What were we watching?
I don't know what we was watching.
Right. So even for us to be able to say that reference, right? Like that's how better it was. I was what y'all say? I was so disappointed with this one.
I was disappointed. The last two movies from Tyler Perry, I've been disappointed.
I love Temptation. No, what is it called? Mediocrity? No.
What?
Taraji? What was it called? I said mediocrity.
Acrimony.
I said mediocrity. I like Acrimony. It was a horrible mess. But I liked it. Like, it was so bad it was good. This one was just kind of bad. Mm-hmm. It was kind of cringy.
Even Boo 2, I didn't like Boo 2.
Boo 2, but Boo 1?
Boo 1 was funny as fuck.
Boo 1 was funny.
But Boo 2, he could have kept
Maybe he just tired. He got that son.
I don't know what the hell is going on.
The son grown up, and he can't be doing everything.
Tyler just pumping out these damn movies. Like,
he just getting coin, honey, because he be only using about $40, and then he get like millions of dollars in profit because he is his studio. Like he own all of that.
Yeah.
So he makes all that. I think they said the highlight of it, right? And salute to him. I think he was in half of the theaters that the number one movie. I think he was number 2, right? But he was in half of the theaters that the number one movie was in. Right. So with that half of the movies, I mean, those theaters were sold out and he made more money. And I think it took a quarter of the price of whatever that Alita, whatever that movie was out. So like the return on investment's sick.
Yeah, because he owned all the shit.
Yeah. And I mean, he used a lot of CGI. I don't know what's that green screen.
That green screen.
I don't know what that is. But maybe he just read it. Like, even it's surprising that he said this was his last Medea. Like, I think it would have been okay for him to completely take a break. And if he wanted to come back in 10 years, like, he could have. But it's surprising. He said, I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm sick of you niggas.
He said, I'm sick of playing with fucking Medea.
I'm sick of playing Medea, and I'm sick of you niggas talking shit. So you enjoy yourselves. You enjoy your woke selves.
What did he say?
With them boring-ass other movies.
He said he don't want to be Medea's age playing Medea.
What? Well, get that money, sir.
Right.
Get your money.
I was trying to figure out what was the gross on it.
A lot, like 23 million or something like that. Like a lot, because how much it costs to make.
His budget was $20 million,
and he made $28 million in the first weekend, though. Mm-hmm. Right, so it's not done. So in the first weekend, the first 2 days, he's already made a gross of $8 million, and it's gonna be in the theaters for at least a few more months. So he's basically gonna make twofold of what it costs to make it.
Yeah. Oh, it was only in 2,400 theaters?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a lot of money. $28 million? He did that. I'm telling you, it wasn't the best, but he did that. And I got to salute to that. All right, what else going on there?
What else is going on in the world?
Oh, Lord, he was in charge of this, honey.
Well, you know, I got so enthralled with what's the name.
Like, he did it, right? Like, I think there's a certain level of respect we have to put on Tyler's name, right? Mm-hmm. Do he be cooning sometime? Yes. But you gotta respect the man gangster going from living in a car to then doing church plays in the back of the church to the Fox Theater, flipping it to doing movies, making a deal with Lionsgate to having your own back lot.
Right.
You gotta put respect on the game, like Madea or not. It's something to it. Y'all niggas ain't do it.
Sure did. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? We can go to kitchen table talk, but before we go there, I know you're looking at that FUBU collection. It's on clearance now.
Oh, it's on clearance. Good. I'm gonna get some of that FUBU. I think when I first seen it, it was like $100.
Yeah.
For a FUBU.
Not everything like.
Come on, Damon John.
Not everything like $50.
Oh, okay, that's a lot more reasonable. But because I couldn't, that's why I didn't get on here, because they talking about FUBU back, and I was like, oh, that's what's up. I'm a support. I'm not paying $100 for no FUBU shirt. T-shirt. No, what the Kanye prices is that?
I know, right?
But 50, okay. We can do that.
So it's on sale now.
Good.
Look, everything like 50% off.
Oh, perfect.
You go ahead and get
y'all go ahead. What
shirt.
Is Century 21?
I don't know what Century 21 stores is, but
I thought it was sell houses.
So you might want to get it because everything's starting to get sold out. So
because it's where it should have been priced at. FUBU, even when FUBU first came out, it wasn't that high. FUBU wasn't no $100.
You get a T-shirt for $34.
Right, there you go. And I'm looking like I'm gonna go school Damon. Like, you ain't seen Shark Tank. What's your margins? How many people buying it?
Well, that's why he sold it for $100.
I don't know who's them niggas who got it for $100.
FUBU.
That the thing is, they probably didn't even remake this. This is some shit Damon found in his basement.
Shut up.
He said, "Look what I done found back here by the Christmas tree. I found 13 boxes of FUBU shirts. About to sell these bitches.
About to sell these bitches for $100 a piece."
Them old ass shirts, damn. I do want one, but I got a feeling it was in his storage. You don't.
I can't.
Because he got that cute little baby, and I feel like the baby he was trying to take some stuff down there for the baby, and he stumbled upon it.
What's this box here?
What this say?
What's all these boxes?
This FUBU. And he looking at Gucci and Moncler the way they fuck it up.
Right. Let me go ahead and drop this.
All right. We got Kitchen Table Talk, Brustis Cuz. As always, to submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk or Brustis Cuz. Shoot us the email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. Again, that's blacklovematters@gmail.com. And that's black love with no K. You want to go ahead and read it, Nirams?
Yeah. Which one would you like to do? Does it matter?
You in charge, baby.
Would you like? Does it matter?
Come on.
Okay, let's do this one then.
You're going to read a hard one. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to read this one here.
Okay.
So I think this was a continuation of a last Shout Out Friday that we had, and somebody had asked us a question about Black History Month. Mm-hmm. So it said, lastly, I need y'all advice on how to approach my children's school on not celebrating Black History Month at all. I know it's 2 weeks, but they ain't did nothing since. And they're not even planning on to. I don't want to come off as an angry Black woman, but when I enrolled my child and I spoke to the guidance counselor about to discuss cultural competency, so she said we all came from a all black, all girl school that was super Black, but need to get my children out of her comfort zone and push her to a more academically.
I get it. You got to teach her how to interact with the whites early.
Right.
So she don't drop out of college.
So she said her daughter is like 14. She's very pro-Black and confident. Yeah. But she wanted to know like how to have that conversation so the shit won't happen again.
You got advice now or mine? I mean, it's two ways you can go at it. I think, taking advice from my therapist, you can white-splain them. Right, so set up a meeting with them and like set the tone and say, I'm coming from a place of trying to understand and clarify. So I understand Black History Month happened, and I'm so excited about this. You all did a great job. But what I noticed is there was only one event or two events. Is there a reason why there was only one event? Do you think it's that's how I would do. I would ask a lot of questions and tie it that way and let them explain it, right? Because it's gonna be hard for them to be like, yeah, we think two events is sufficient. Right, I want to hear like, is it the PTA? Like, what is going on, right? And then it really don't matter what they say, right? You just basically giving them their time to speak or to say whatever you're gonna say, right? And you kind of end the conversation and be like, so for next year,
yeah, what's gonna happen?
The expectation is, but right,
right.
So I think it's about just having that conversation and like white explaining them, right? Because first of all, they don't even like when no parents come up there and talk. So for you even coming kind of threatening or anything, give them a little shit sandwich. But like, I would just go up there and say like, I don't think, two events was enough to encapsulate all that has been done for Black History Month. And if you want to be an all lives matter type of chick, you can be like, not only for Black History Month, I have that same expectations for Women History Month and Latin America. Like this
Asian
is important,
American,
right?
All of them.
That's how I would tie it together. Another route you can take if you don't want to have a one-on-one with the principal, if you don't see change, you go to that PTA. How's the PTA feeling? Right. I don't know if you connected with them. I don't know if you know what type of folks they are. Usually it's a bunch of white women, but usually out that bunch is usually one or two woke white women. And you can use them to be your mouthpiece.
Right.
And, right. But that take work too, right? So you got to go there, fill it out, ask some questions, buy some football tickets or some sweaters, right? To ask it. So PTA is another route I can go. Even if you're not looking for them for allyship, right, to have them do it, that's something you can just bring up to the PTA. They'd be like, I got a question. I seen Black History Month happen and there was no events, and I know our school prides ourselves in cultural competency. I'm just curious on why was there nothing else going on, or what is the stance of the PTA? Is cultural competence no longer a priority? And that's in the minutes.
You be hitting them in their throat. I just want to make sure this is on the minutes.
Switch it. Right, because white people not gonna be like, oh, we don't care about cultural. Like they gonna
right.
Now, the trick is, they might try to get you on a committee, but that's the sacrifice you might have to make.
Yeah.
Even if you sign up for the committee, like back out, do something easy, like do some back out at the end. But yeah, you might have to have you sign up for a name. But those are the routes I would take. I would talk directly to the principal one-on-one. Usually, honestly, not even the principal. It's the assistant principal who's head of like programming.
I don't know.
Do a little digging, like. I forgot the structure of it, but especially in high school, usually there's 3 or 4 assistant principals, and there's so many assistant principals under like certain purviews of the school. And I want to say someone is in charge for programming at that school, and I honestly would go to them first, and then that ain't hitting the principal right, and then using the PTA as kind of pitchfork folks, and they'd be like, what's going on with this? This is right. This isn't good, right? And also, right, so your baby's in a freshman. So if she's going to sophomore and junior year, this might be a bug to put on her ear. To be like, so right. You don't see nothing going on to school.
Right, student council on this
Student
bitch.
council ain't doing nothing.
Student government, none of that shit.
So it just depends, like, where she at in her journey, too, right? That might be, like, as they're old, definitely, like, junior, senior, that might be a little poke the bear to be like, so what you gonna do about it, right? Because you want to equip her as she go into higher ed and college, right? Because she's gonna face this bullshit on, what it is to get a consensus, what it is to have conversations with administrators and stuff like that. So it might be a good learning experience for her, too.
Yeah, and if that don't work, sit her ass down and make her ass watch Roots, all of them. The old Roots, the new Roots. Speaking of Roots,
this is not saying that her daughter they're culturally competent, but the thing is, why is the expectations not set at the school when they're claiming to be it, right? That's where I think sis and her daughter they know Black history, but it's like at the school you sit there and said this to my face, and your actions and your behavior not in integrity. So do better. So that means I'm gonna need at least 1 or 2 events a week during Black History Month.
Or you can just create an art installation, and
I love an art. Don't shit on that. I love a good art installation. White people love doing that too, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Just get some fire hydrants. Fire hydrants.
Where are you going with this? I'm thinking like Afrofuturism type art.
Oh, you on this about? Afro?
I am.
I'm thinking I was thinking not Pitbull. Rottweilers.
Oh my God, you thinking about the sit-ins?
and fire trucks with water hoses spraying the
I'm
students as
thinking
they
of
come out
black
of school.
people dressed like aliens.
We are two different cohorts.
What other advice you got, Nero?
I think I think you really hit them on the head. It's really getting at the principal or assistant principal, and then getting on that PTA or starting the committee, the Black History Committee, and
Come
then
on.
next year assign somebody else so you don't have to worry about it.
Put Linda's the head of the Black History Committee. Linda, you have a report.
But don't get mad if Linda do some fuck shit.
She is gonna do some fuck shit.
She gonna try to do a bake sale or some bullshit for Black History.
No, they gonna do that ice cream social.
Oh my god!
Chocolate ice creams for the niggas.
Oh,
the sprinkles is for the LGBTQ community. Pink is for women, and white is for white men.
What about white women?
Pink.
Oh,
You start getting other cultural in it when you start talking about the toppings.
Oh my god!
I've seen it. I'm not. It's not shit I make up.
I know this is some shit you didn't seen
I've
before.
seen this, and I've ate the ice cream.
Oh my god!
Because I'm fighting through obesity. I was mad.
Which ice cream did you eat?
I got a Napoleon. I said, "Give me all of them."
Oh, I want to eat all the people here.
I like all the. I don't forget the sprinkles. I like everybody.
But that is crazy though. Like schools are. I think that's a whole nother conversation about like how the structure of schools is changing, right?
Yeah.
So like I just think about like all the extracurricular activities that's being done. They already. I was watching a documentary. There was like a prisoner who's in jail and a maximum security jail has more recess time than a student.
Yeah, you
who's
only
in
get
school.
30 minutes, if that, right?
Yeah.
It might change. I remember when I was growing up, you got your hot 30 minutes, and we was all like you said, like prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even a fan of outside, but I was like an old black woman. I just like to sit in the sun. I just sat in the swing and on the sun. I hadn't even played none of the sports. I just sat there.
Mm-hmm. But I think that has something to say about like how it's competitive, like how competitive like our schools have gotten. In order for everybody to like give their kids this quote unquote fair shot at life, right?
Yeah.
In order for their greatness. And then you be
at
thinking
the detriment, yeah.
at the detriment. And man, that's the thing, right? You have your kid go through all this shit, but does it really matter at the end?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it does, but it's other ways you can
for extra percentage points on a standardized test.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a limit. Like I think there's a area where you plateau and it ain't gonna help no more. Mm-hmm. Right? Like I think you reach a plateau where it's like, sis, you can read, you can continue to study, but you're in this range, right? Mm-hmm. And this is where you're gonna be. And instead of saying that, we push kids to continue to study more, like you said, for these percentages of a point extra, instead of like really helping them with the critical thinking skills,
right.
Exposing them to different cultures and people and ways of thinking and arts, right? Like that. Is that what you're saying? Like we could be utilizing that time to do
for
that
other
stuff
things, right?
Instead of trying to get a quarter of a percentage point higher to, like you said, to what? Yeah.
Because I think one of the things that this shit is doing is like eliminating creativity.
Yeah.
Because like where
everybody don't need to go to an Ivy, and that's not for everyone. An Ivy or even college. And I know that's controversial, but college is not for everyone.
No.
And that's real talk.
But like I just think about creativity in general, right? Like how do you even get creative thinking skills or just thinking skills in general? Like how do you even think outside the box if everything is so structured?
Yeah, how do you problem solve when everything got an answer?
Right. Mm-hmm. So I think like that's one of the things that even when we look forward to having Lil Nims and Naomi's
Aria
and Mabel's
we have Aria.
and Arias of the world.
I write down the names of the people I'm gonna kill every night. Damn.
But this shit is crazy, right? Like, and this is just a completely different tangent. But this shit is crazy. Like how everything is so damn structured. Yeah. And like, at what? It almost feel like we are like teaching our kids to be like these quote unquote robots, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if they ain't real robots, if it ain't robots with motherfucking computer parts, they robots in the points of like everything's already cyborged out.
Yeah. Or it's going to be the flip, right? It's a generational pushback. So eventually this generation is going to grow up and say, fuck you. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what that blowback going to look like. So the generation gonna blow back, like just like we blew back against our parents' generation when we talking about we want work-life balance. We ain't coming into work on Monday. And our parents like, take your ass to work on like, you know, like that was kind of our pushing. I want work with a purpose and blah blah blah, right? We were pushed back from something, right? What were we the generation when we all got trophies and we all told we were pretty? Yeah, so that was our kind of pushback to be like, well shit, since I'm so fucking cute, I won't be in. Right. So I think I think this generation is gonna have some type of lash or, you know, rebellion. I don't know what is it going to manifest and be, but I do think something about that is going to happen. I don't know what I hope it ain't going to be no Fahrenheit 451 type shit. They like fuck book of knowledge.
Oh,
like
shit.
The total disregard of knowledge.
Oh, shit. And they just start burning all the damn books and
fuck
shit.
Fuck this book.
Oh, my God. Fuck all your books.
You know I do catastrophic thinking.
I know.
All right, now we gonna close this out.
Yeah, so as always, to submit your black love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave a comment about anything we talked about, head on over to that website, or we got that voicemail, and that's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later, and remember, love is ever evolving. Peace.